Alrighty, folks, we're looking good on the tech side. I'm going to check with the runners, and then we'll get ready. Alrighty, y'all. The countdown has started. The time is coming. Hopefully, we will sort out the menuing imminently. No music? Question mark? Question mark? Okay. Acknowledged. We'll sort some audio in parallel with the runners. Thanks for the note, y'all. We're probably going to use one of the streamers' audio imminently, so we'll fix the music stuff in the future. All right, so we have Mizu and Budzy. Mizu, I think, has like a 61, and Budzy with a 52. Curious what these folks have come upon for their race strats, and excited to see them run, see what they got for us. So let's see what kind of strats we have for 1-1. A lot of times we'll see a kind of a safe pipe rub to avoid an early death on the Piranha plant. Let's see how Budzy approaches. Yeah, so on Budzy's screen we see a kind of a safer pipe rub to avoid taking damage on the Piranha. But yeah, both runners have Big Mario, and they're off to the races. Let's see, how are we on audio, folks? Nice, and through 1-1, so the race has officially begun. For 1-2, a lot of times we'll see attempting going for P-speed, but a lot of times we'll get it kind of in the middle, so this is a kind of expected P-speed. Mizu getting the P-speed early, nice, that's got to be good confidence boost there. Taking the safe strat, not wanting to take any damage. Now, coming up in the next level is a fort. We'll see players opting to try to get a leaf and a special grab. So we'll see probably a duck jump under a power-up block, which is a pretty tricky jump here. I think it's one of those extra tricky first things, so let's see if Budzy pulls it off here. Oh man, yeah, keeping that P-speed. Nice, nice. Good job, Budzy. Looking good. Now we get the whistle. That turns out to save a little bit of time in the fort. Mizu needing to get back. He at least gets the leaf, and it only costs about 4 seconds or so to turn back and get the P-speed and get that whistle, so looking good. On the left, we see Budzy going through 1-5, racking up all those lag frames. So if you have a whole bunch of enemies on the screen at once, it takes that poor 1980s era Nintendo quite a long time computationally to figure out what's happening. So it'll take a whole frame of 16 milliseconds or so to figure out what's going on. 1.5 is notorious for that. That'll come up later in the future for avoiding lag frames to save time, or sometimes lag frames can eat your inputs, because if you do the input only overlapping the time in which a lag frame occurs, then you won't get your input. Now, Budzy on the left playing 1-6. This is a very intense level early on. Make these big, glorious leaps over a pit. We love them not dying. Let's look at Mizu. Hopefully we do a big jump onto the Koopas. It's pretty tight. If you miss these at all, then you fall and take a death, and that's always a bummer. Yeah, so Mizu unfortunately misses. He gets the tricky first one, but we'll be back for the second one. Conveniently for Mizu in 1-6, there's this power up. Yep, so Mizu goes ahead and grabs that power up, back on track for getting fire in the airship and heading to World 2. Nice, nice. So for a lot of these airships, at the end, you're fighting a Koopaling. For a lot of these airships, you try to figure out the pattern. Now, RNG increments roughly every frame, and except for lag frames and load frames and certain other conditions. But if you can keep track of where you are and you have a consistent time entering the Koopaling den of evil, then you should have pretty much the same pattern. So we're going to see if Budzy is going to go for a fire kill here or not. Sometimes it can be a little sweaty, a little tricky. But if Budzy's comfortable, we might see some fire kills in World 1 and maybe 2 and 4, and we'll see what happens. Let's see. Mizu wrapping up 1-6, nice to be kind of wrapping up. Hopefully we take an auto scroller as a kind of a nice, emotional win, slowly going through the auto scroller, getting power ups, that kind of thing, getting accustomed to the race. So yeah, everybody's doing fine. Looks like we had a little timer related incident on budzy's side, but we know, right, Chad? We know. Uh-oh, budsy. So Budsy just kind of chilling on the screen. Uh-oh. Budsy seems to be having some technical issues. Stuck on this overworld screen. So Budsy says he's going to have to restart everything. So that's a big bummer. Sorry, Budsy. Sorry to hear that. That's a huge bummer. So Budsy completed World 1. Now hopefully Budsy can hear this. Budsy can go ahead and whistle to World 2. The typical race strat is for everybody, it's okay. If you use a whistle or stuff. In Warpless, you're not allowed to use the whistle. However, being humans that make errors occasionally, we have a kind of a house rule that if you do that, then you can just go back, you can restart, go back to the beginning of the world from which you whistled, and start from there. It changes all your power-ups. It's quite annoying. But if Budsy would like to do that, then he can. That would be very tricky with the iteming, because I guess you'd lose a star and a P-Wing. But if Budsy thinks that would help, then that's okay. Meanwhile, Mizu gets out of World 1. Nice, clean Air Force. Love to have fire coming out of that Air Force, or out of the airship. And he'll be progressing to World 2. Nice, nice, nice. 2-1's one of those levels that has a kind of a nice rhythm sometimes, depending on how it goes. We have some fun note blocks that are fun to play with. There's a cool P-speed strategy where you're bouncing on note blocks and going to and fro, and lots of kind of left-right actions that make errors occasionally. We have a kind of a house rule that if you do that, then you can just go back, you can restart, go back to the beginning of the world from which you whistled. Now on the right side for a Mizu screen, this might not be a big deal, but this is where it starts to matter. In World 1, we did have a Hammer Bro. That would be very tricky with that. That just has a star. I guess all runners have to get the Star Bro in World 1 because of where he is in the routing, you can't avoid him. However, in World 2, we do see there are a few different Hammer Bros doing different things. To have fire coming out of the airport, or out of the airship. Oh, Budsy's back. All right. Be progressing to World 2. Nice, nice, nice. Oh, double Narf Man. Apologies there. I don't know where that's coming from. 2-1's one of those levels that has a kind of a nice rhythm. So while Mizu is ahead, let's switch to Mizu's audio. How about that? So we're going to keep track of where these Hammer Bros are, check the routing for Mizu, and see if Mizu's going to opt to take the Music Box Bro or skip the Music Box Bro in favor of just getting the Hammer Bro. Is it so important we're still hearing it twice? Cool. Yep. Yeah, sorry. Big bummers to Budsy. Sorry for all that reset stuff, Budsy. That is a big bummer. But we're going to keep track also, Budsy just entering the fort now, of the bros. So if the bro is facing to the left after he moves, then that is the Hammer Bro in World 2, and the runners will want to get that bro. However, the bro facing to the right is the box bro. He has a music box, which is sometimes helpful depending on the routing that the runners want to use, but then oftentimes runners will want to skip it. So we'll have to try to keep track of their inventories as time goes on. Budsy having a clean fort. Nice, nice. Yeah, so we see on Mizu's screen, both of those bros are kind of in the top right. Depending on what you want to do, it's never a bad plan to pick up the extra bro here if you want to avoid World 4, World 5 bros. So we'll have to see. Also that top route has level 2-4 is a little bit trickier in a speed run. So we'll see what Mizu opts to do. Yo, Budsy with the green rocket. So Budsy carries the green shell all the way from the left side of 2-3 to the right side, keeping his speed up. The shell goes, I believe it's the speed of, it's some set speed that Tampa knows, maybe 40, plus half of Mario's X velocity, where Mario at full P speed is going 54, like X velocity. So that green shell just shoots like a bullet off to the right, super fast, and it is very pleasing to watch and saves a few frames. So awesome green rocket there, Budsy. Mizu entering the pyramid. This is another level that's famous for eating inputs and being kind of silly with a bunch of lag. So let's see how Mizu gets around here. Yeah, we gotta pick up the beetles judiciously to plow our way through the obstacles. Nice. Getting a power up, not taking damage. Love to see it. Budsy grabbing that music box. Had a forced all the bros in the whole wide world situation. But Budsy can use that stuff later too to great effect. So that's probably not a bad thing. Yeah, Mizu, nice. Just taking the 2-5 route. That is a good race. A nice nerve calming route. Just getting the hammer. We'll see if Mizu is going to try to just grab the World 5 P-Wing or what he's going to do. Because later on in Worlds 6 and 7, a lot of runners will want to use P-Wings as available to fly over levels. So for example, in level 6-9, you can go for a very sweaty 1 or 2 frame wall jump, which is very tricky. Or if you get one of these P-Wings, you can just fly over into the realm of victory. So a lot of times, did we roll over the 10 minutes? And maybe we have to switch the timer for Mizu. Anyways, runners will get the P-Wing for 6-9, and sometimes runners will get the P-Wing for 7-6. 7-6 as well has a very tricky clip that you can possibly do, preferably as Big Mario. But for in a context of a race, it sometimes is wise to go ahead and grab a P-Wing. All right, airship hype. We're building up to World 3. In World 3, we have another tricky bro RNG situation. Surely, bad RNG would never befall runners in the context of a race. However, it has been seen on occasion that the Hammer Bros can behave in such a way as to just be really brutal and waste a whole bunch of time. So the map layout is such that a bro can run over the right half of the world, and there's an alternating bridge with an auto-scroller right above it that we always collectively cloud. Now, the astute viewer might notice that there's a problem, that the Hammer Bro can go over this said auto-scroller. And if that happens, oh goodness. So we're going to want, for both runners, we're really going to want those bros to stay on the left side of the map. We do not want that bro to run away. You'll see on the right side, check out on Mizu's screen, that bro to the right of 3-4. Oh man, we're going to really just want him to not go up here, okay, y'all? So if you can just use your collective willpower to will him to go down, or you know, optionally left, I guess. Another thing that's common in World 3 that we're going to have to look out for is coins and score. So if y'all could look on Mizu's screen, he's got a 33 coins. His score is yada 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 20. So the tens place for the score, if that matches the coin count, which is also a multiple of 11, then we get a coin ship in World 3, and that is just all kinds of bad. So in this case, depending on the order in which the bros are killed at the time of the coin ship spawning, that could have like a 1-minute auto scroller added to, like, first it would spawn on the hammer, but if you get the hammer, it'd spawn on the coin ship. But like I said, we need to get both of those bros so that bridge is set up in a way that we can cross it after we cloud the auto scroller. So, whew. So we're gonna hope. We see that the bro does go down for Mizu. That's awesome. Let's see for Budsy and Mizu again. Oh man, he's moving up on Mizu's side. I believe though. All right, and that's an okay movement for Budsy. We're looking okay now. These are a hard set of levels, y'all. So Budsy looks like he's going for the P-Speed in 3-2. He gets the Speed. Let's see with the Trollfish what's going to happen. A lot of times the velocity going up of the fish is such that it's higher than... Oof, sweating on Mizu's side. All right, Mizu gets out safely. We have to watch out for certain enemies' velocity when they jump, going up, the up velocity of the enemy, and the downward velocity of Mario. They pass through the plane where it's like, oh yeah, Mario jumped on the guy. Oh no, it's actually that Mario's just inside the enemy. They go so fast they trip each other up, and the collision detection engine thinks they're inside each other, which is bad news. Yeah, Mizu making his way through the fort, having a pretty good World 3. Budsy as well, very, very close behind. One level away about, roughly. We'll see, too, there are a bunch of little kind of micro time wasters, so if you have to have some water battles, that's always a bummer. That's when you fight the Hammer Bros in the water. Oh, Mizu almost getting the glorious RNG. I think Mizu's going to opt to go the safe route, it looks like, and play 3-4, and then hope to go ahead and grab the bro if the bro goes up. Oh, we had some good syncing there. Thank you, SpeedGaming person, for syncing up the time, changing the time to see everything, and be all set up. That's awesome. Yeah, so Budsy had that water battle. It takes a little bit of time, but he got through it safely. You really just want to not take damage in those battles. The RNG comes for all humans. It's indiscriminate. It'll just brutalize anybody, no problem. Budsy with the swag in 3-4, nice. So really here, you want no runaway, which thankfully none of these runners got, and you want keeping your fire. Because the fire grabs in 3-8 or 3-9 take some time, and sometimes they can be very tricky. So we'll see. Let's see what Mizu does for fire action if they want to opt for a windy fire kill. And yeah, inventorying over that. That 3-6 is an auto scroller, and here's where we see that bridge. Thankfully, we're not having an issue here. Hopefully, we don't die in 3-8 though, of course. But that would be a bummer. As long as you're staying up and away from that prowling beast of a fish down below, Boss Bass, then you're okay. So both of the runners got through the level. They're extremely close to each other. Amazingly close sync right now. And we're going to go to the next level. Now, next level being okay in the beginning. Towards the end, there's a very tricky jump. There's several tiles that make the shape of an H. And the runners are going to try to jump over it. Well, Mizu might actually grab fire here. But we'll see what happens with Budsy. If Budsy makes the H jump, let's go! Budsy made the H jump. Mizu picking up some power-ups, sorry, to get ready for Windy. Windy is a very tricky boss, who, after you hit her, she emits these rings of doom. And, oh man, they're very tricky to dodge. So either runners will like take a good time to make sure that those rings are out of the way, or if you get this really speedy, sweaty jump onto the top of Windy right after she comes out of her shell, then sometimes you're safe. However, the danger there is either if you go a little bit too late, you get ringed and you take damage and have a bad time, or her hitbox also changes, and when she pops out of her shell, that hitbox grows 3 sizes that day, and sometimes Mario can be engulfed in the hitbox of doom, and everybody hates to see that. And you take damage and cry. There's basically everything in this game is like you take damage and you cry, right? But it's all just classified as just time waste, so it's okay. You can keep playing on. These runners are tough. It builds good character. And yeah, Pog Airship. Let's see. Does chat have anything deep and profound for us? The Rings of Doom. Cool. Runners making their way through. Let's see Budsy's hot fire kill. This is very tricky. Budsy looks like he's timing it okay so far. Nice. Gets through it cleanly. You love to see it. All right, let's check out Mizu's screen. Going for that bonk kill on Windy. Very sweaty, very tricky. Couple of strategies for the... Ooh, even kind of leading her a little bit. Okay, yep, took that damage, but got the hit, so it might be okay. Ooh, got ringed. Sorry, Mizu, that's a bummer. I'll have to chase down that airship. Potentially, we're gonna hope... I don't know where that airship ended up. Sometimes you have to play some other levels. Oh, okay, thank goodness. It's next to... between 3-8 and 3-9. And hopefully Mizu can get a power-up. And then keep going. Alright, 4-1 on Budzy's side. There's a tricky P-Speed build. Looks like Budsy is going for the early P-Speed. Gets it. Nails it. 4-1. Easy every time. Good job, Budsy. Doing the duck swag. And World 4, another great world. Maybe, I don't know, maybe even better, one might say, than World 3. There are some pretty satisfying levels in here to run. I'm not sure if 4-3 is one of Budsy's favorite levels, but that's a pretty common favorite for everybody. In Shark... What? Oh, Budsy takes some damage, though, but that's not really a super big deal. We don't have to play 4F1, so that might be okay. We'll want to probably not take more damage, though, for 4-4, which is a water level coming up, which is extremely tricky. So we'll see. So let's see. Mizu on the right doing the tricky kill again. Let's keep eyes there. And Budsy doing a very pleasing level on the left. I'll keep your eyes simultaneously peeled on both. Good luck with that. Mizu, ooh, taking another death. Hopefully the airship is not going to go too far away to cross a level. Yeah, so this will be very interesting in terms of approach here. If Mizu goes over the auto-scroller, gets a power-up or two, or goes the other way and picks up a cloud. Nope. Okay, Mizu's going to take the auto-scroller. Budsy cleaning up 4F3 like a boss. You know what's nice about the auto-scroller? You get some power-ups, you get some stuff. Hopefully collect the nerves. Ooh, we got another death. All right, so we'll have another opportunity for... Yep, have to go right now through the watery fort. Hopefully Mizu knows the fort strat. Alright, Budsy on the left, going through 4-4. 4-4 is pretty tricky. He got the P-Speed, and opting to, or not getting the jump, that saves a little bit of time, but can be very tricky and very risky. So, Budsy hoping to not take damage here by one of the 360 no-scope spinies, and makes it out. Alright, awesome. Okay, Mizu dying, but now gets another option at trying that auto-scroller because the bridge closes up. So it can go either way, really. And I think probably, yeah, the auto-scroller is a little bit of a safer bet. And hopefully can grab this shroom again. Nice, nice, nice. Yeah, World 3 is a pretty brutal world in all ways. That bridge, if you get off-cycle ever with the deaths, that bridge starts being just extremely cantankerous. And that it's just flippy, floppy every day, you know, indecisive as to whether it's going to be down or up is very unfortunate. Budsy getting through World 4. Looks like no fire, but we can pick it up in the fort. Doing a nice safe strat to keep P-Speed here. We'll probably see Budsy just casually picking up fire in the fort. Hoping to keep it probably through a good chunk of World 5 and maybe 6. And yeah, doing just fine. Mizu getting to the end. The last jump here on this auto-scroll is actually fairly tricky. You have the spinner. You have to navigate the spinner and kind of figure out that tricky Koopaling. But Mizu gets through it like a pro. And hopefully can access that airship for another crack at Wendy. Nice, nice, nice. All right, Budsy entering the airship with fire. Mizu back on Wendy. Now, for Budsy, on Budsy's side, again, remember the time for... Sorry, I'm looking at Mizu's screen as well. As time passes, we really want the runners to get to... I'm looking at Mizu's screen. Mizu pulls it off. Nice. Good job, Mizu. Sorry. The time passing from exiting the level to entering the airship adjusts the pattern that you get from the boss, from the Koopaling. So if Budsy's been keeping good track, then he might consider a fire kill on the Koopling. He's been looking pretty comfortable for most strats so far, but I also wouldn't fault him for taking the safe pill and avoiding that. All right, Mizu entering the chamber again. Let's see how Wendy fares. Again, it's so fast, yeah, to jump on right after her rings. It's very hard to avoid. So setting up a pattern to avoid that is preferable. Ooh, and she jumps just at such a troll location, man. So take another death. At least, hopefully it's pretty close to cross the bridge. Yep. And we'll have another crack at Wendy here before too long. Yeah, so she does just these great big glorious leaps. And combined with the rings, it is just such an immensely tricky Koopling kill. So what, like quote early in the game, only in World 3. So that is just tight and tough when you don't have fire. And it turns what fire is like a moderately easy strat. It is still tough to land your fireballs on Wendy. Sometimes her hitbox is a little too high. Fireballs can go under. However, the difficulty spike for any non-fire kill is like enormous. It's probably the worst boss without a fire kill. All right, Budsy entering the chamber. Let's see. Did Budsy do a little manip there, maybe? No, just gonna do the bonk kill. Yeah, it might have been a little more time than expected, so Budsy's just gonna take damage. No big deal. Now going into World 5 big is okay. All right, Mizu got a hit on. Nice. Mizu cleans up Wendy. Moving on to World 4. Awesome. Good job, Mizu. You love to see it. Nice. GG, Mizu. Moving on to World 4. And just almost same time. That's Cincto. Budsy moving on to World 5. So there's a strat. I don't think we're going to see it. We'll see from Budsy. You may elect to take a P-Wing in 5-1. Which allows you to get a box. Budsy's not going to do that. That's silly business. Why would I even say that? So sometimes some runners will take a P-Wing. Will use a P-Wing in 5-1, swap a P-Wing for a box, and be able to skip the World 5 bros when you don't have fire. But that strat leads to some really sweaty strats later in World 5 and can be generally pretty tricky. So Mizu entering World 4. We have a couple power-ups in 4-1 that are available. Depending on if Mizu is ready for the level, small, or needs a power-up or whatever. But it looks like Mizu's going through small, looking good. There's no fire for a little while, so yeah, Mizu might be taking this shroom because it feels like a more accessible power-up, and we just have to wait for fire for later, probably 4-4-2. All right, Budsy's side. Oh, Budsy uses that box. We're going to get rid of the World 5 bros. So those bros are a good bit. They're about 12 seconds each. World 4 bros are about 10 seconds each, roughly. So I'm guessing, I didn't notice, but I'm guessing maybe Budsy already got the P-Wing in World 4. Did anyone notice that? Or Dom box? Oh, Budsy had the Force Dom box. Is that true? Oh, man, my memory is like a butterfly. All right, Mizu doing a small 4-3. This can be tricky either way, really. But yeah, with small, you have to kind of modulate your jumps a little bit, depending on how comfortable you are with the P-Speed strat. Kind of later, like a lot of times we jump in such a way as to bonk our head on the ceiling, and it's different since small Mario's head is a little shorter. You gotta tweak that a little bit. But yeah, Mizu opting to get the power up, that's probably a good idea. It's always good to be big. Like the confidence strats and the mind games on oneself are huge in races, so to be big is like a big emotional boost, so that's a good call for Mizu, getting big. Meanwhile, Budsy making work at the fort. Keeps P-Speed for a little while. 279 is very respectable in a race. Bravo, Budsy. Cleaning up that tower. Now, late World 5, y'all, Budsy's screen on the left. This is where stuff starts to get real. 5-4, you can notice there's just spinners. That causes a lot of lag frames, eats your input, huge gaps, lots of terror, lots of sweating, getting kind of late game. starts to get really tricky, y'all. So Budsy makes it through here. There are a few other levels in World 5 that are pretty tricky, but Budsy's getting through it. Meanwhile, Mizu cleaning up the bro. You love to see the Cloud bro without any sign of the Star bro or the P-Wing bro in World 4. Since Mizu on the right in 4-4, we have that fire right there. Yeah, so Mizu knows there's a fire right there. And after not getting up above these blocks, these tiles to generate the P-Speed, Mizu very quickly switches strats and realizes the best thing is to go grab that fire. So, yeah, good thinking on the fly over there, Budsy. Or, sorry, Mizu. Budsy, meanwhile, yeah, making it through. Gonna maybe damage boost the beginning of this 5-7. Nice. And there's a strat where you can get the fire, and Budsy's going to hope to keep P-Speed through the rest of the level. Looks like Budsy really practiced that quite a lot, so that's good. Mizu on the right side getting a fanfare. I'm guessing that was a tactical fanfare acquisition, grabbing a few lives. Always good to have a good buffer of lives to feel safe about everything. Mizu grabbing a star as well. Good. Oh man, that bro, gonna just troll us for days, I guess. Moving to and fro and all over the map. Hopefully he can pick it up here after the next level. Budsy keeping that P-Speed in the fort. You have that troll dry bones there all the way at the end. Oh man, we always hate to see him spawn, but Budsy still gets out of there just fine. Oh, Mizu takes a bummer death, but you get back, you'll get big pretty quick, and that'll be okay. In 4-6. Nice. Budsy skipping the music box, bro. I'm guessing he must have gotten the dumb box and then gotten a P-Wing in World 4, none of which I noticed because whatever. I don't know. I'm a boring old man and don't have the memory for it anymore, apparently. Apologies, but I'm guessing he has a P-Wing in there somewhere. Mizu getting a P-Wing as well. P-Wings are just super helpful. You can use them all over the place. I did mention 6-9 and 7-6 already, but you could use them elsewhere for good safety strats. Like 7-9 is pretty underrated. So in a race, all the way at the end there, imagine the setting, the future, World 7. Oh, bummer, Mizu takes a death there. Again, Mizu has another opportunity of getting big here and being able to progress, so it's nice to pull out your power-ups and have it available for Fort to get fire and kind of get back on track. So, bummer, but back on track. Budsy back in the airship. Again, maybe go for a fire kill. We'll see how much Budsy practiced it. Okay, but back what I was saying. The future. The time is like 44 minutes into the run. I'm making that up. You play 7-8. It's very stressful. There's 7-4-2, which is also very terrifying and stressful. In the middle of those, you might cloud 7-9. But what if? In 7F2, it's so terrifying and so towards the end of the run that, by golly, you take damage and die. Then you have to replay that thing that you clouded, 7-9. Oh, bummer. And you lose your power-ups, and you have to replay 7F2. Oh, man, that's tough. So, consider, if you will, a moment. A P-Wing in 7-9. Now, it takes maybe some extra time. Maybe there's a little bit of a better time to use that. However, you no longer waste a cloud on 7-9 if you die in 7F2, which is really sweaty. You reduce the emotional overload on your poor human brain in 7F2, knowing the terror that is a death leading to having to replay 7-9, losing your power-up, and playing 7F2 again anyways. So, I don't know Mizu's playing with the P-Wing, but there are some good opportunities for using the P-Wing 6-9, 7-6, hypothetically 7-9, wherever you want to be. So these players, I'm sure, have a great strategy, and they're showing a lot of good kind of opportunities and options to take. Okay, Mizu going through the slowest auto-scroller in my entire life. It's kind of not super notable. We'll see him do some de-boring strats to try to focus. But on the left, we see Budsy's going to go for a very tricky damage boost here, folks. He has fire. If it turns out, if you take damage on these spikes, which he's not going to do, so I'm building up the anticipation for absolutely nothing, but I'm going to keep talking about it. You can take your fire, and you can take the damage boost on these spikes. Save a little bit of time. Excuse me. As it happens, Budsy does take fire out, and he could, man, just super overkill, I guess, with a combination of star and firepower to utterly destroy this Boom Boom in 6F1. Nice, very clean. Good job, Budsy. Gonna have fire for 6-4, which is a pretty tricky level. So I would love to see the approach there. And you know what? Also has fire for the Hammer Bros. So yeah, that's a really interesting strat, actually. I like that. Good call, Budsy. Budsy cleans up the Hammer Bro. We need this for a little bit later to avoid auto-scroller. Does it? No big problem with the bros. And I'm going to switch audio, because thanks for mentioning that. A symbol. Good call. Alright, Budsy getting that P-speed, and having to abort the P-speed because he's small and having to go under one tile gap. Ooh, gets it out of 6-4. Nice, nice, nice. So that's kind of a tricky bit with doing that route. Mizu getting a power up over here. I think there's a leaf? Question mark, question mark? Yeah. Gonna grab the leaf, which is a good safety strat. This boss on the right, the Koopaling that Mizu's fighting, he's got just ginormous ups. His leaps are about as legendary as Luigi. And to have a leaf to kind of, you know, glide to victory and poning him is good stuff. All right, Budsy. Going into 6-5. Y'all, this is a very cool level. So we're going to use a P-Wing. There are 2 nippers at the end of right by the exit pipe. 2 nippers waiting to demolish your joy. However, if we do this special manip that Budsy's doing right now, carries that tile. Look, there's only one. There's only one because Budsy adeptly despawned the nipper on the right. It just works out in the speedrunner's favor to just magically despawn the correct nipper to optimally get through the level. It's very cool. We got a new strat that was found by one of our Finnish runners. Oh man, I'm gonna say the wrong one, so I'm not gonna say it. Is it Mondi? I don't know. Anyways, amazing new strat found, the squirrel kick that Mondi found. And it's a very awesome, safe strat. Look at all those stars on Budsy's side. That's kind of hilarious in a horrifying way. So we hate to see the extra stars because that implies that time was lost earlier. But whatever. Okay, ooh, Mizu's side. Sorry, I didn't hype this up very much for Budsy. So we're gonna try to avoid dunking down here in the pit. If you go down that pit, it's a whole different level that's just all kinds of tricky. But yeah, Mizu gets through that really well. Props to Mizu for going through there. Budsy making his way through the fort. We're getting through stuff, making moves. Doing well. Yeah, Mizu sliding his way to victory on the right side. Before too long on Budsy's side on the left, so we're going to get through this tricky level. Speaking of lag frames, who's ready? We're going to try to make some way, enough space to generate P-speed. I think everybody has P-wings for 6-9 the next level. So yeah, nobody takes damage there. They'll just kind of fly over. Mizu on the right, gonna kind of approaching that tricky part of World 5 that we were talking about earlier. Bros give him some extra movements, which is a bummer. I think he's gonna go for grabbing the P-Wing bro in World 5. So hopefully that'll work out well. Oh man, Mizu just nailing this like Kaizo level, threading the needle through certain doom, and makes his way through this fort. There was a thwomp and a waifu disc just murderously craving some Mario body, but we're okay. All right, Budsy, sure enough, P-Wings to victory over 6-9. See if we have any clips. Nah, it's silly. Who would do that ever in a race? Mizu actually boxing, so we're avoiding the big time investment that is getting the extra World 5 bros, so sounds good. Maybe... oh, he already got the P-Wing in World 4, so he does not have to get the World 5 bros in addition. Nice, nice, nice. Budsy going through the fort. I think we're just about done with World 6 before too long here. On the airship. Now on the left side, let's see, pause. Yeah, so Budsy here is going to go on the airship. Typical boring airship strats. However, at the end of the airship, we're going to see Budsy do some judicious, itsy-bitsy, teeny-tiny little movements of Mario to try to manipulate his X position, his X subpixel, to be a certain value that makes a clip in the next level easier. Mizu, meanwhile, getting through the tower, good strats there. This is where, again, I said it for Budsy, but I'm going to happily be redundant here. It starts getting really tricky and tough, kind of emotionally. Seeing all these spinners, all these lag frames, seeing below you that you can just fall to certain doom. So it's very tricky. It starts getting kind of, I don't know, an emotional toll on the runners here. But Mizu looks like he's getting through it just fine. Yep, no damage even. Taking a power up and getting on there on the way to victory. Budsy, no first class today, tragic. But the important part is going to be trying to get that subpixel manipulation for the next level, 7-1. In the beginning is a clip that is very tricky. So this is one of the few just really kind of required clips. So if you go in the level, it takes, a minute plus. I don't even know. It's just atrocious dumps of time. So a lot of times we'll see runners opting to clip 7-1. However, oh man, Mizu. I don't even know how Mizu made it there, but Mizu takes a little bit of damage, but gets the power up back and no big deal. Lemmy's balls are destroyed and mitigated, and Budsy, I don't know if Budsy went for a minute there, actually. We'll see. Maybe we have a high subpixel X value. But we shoot for, if you have a duck clip, I believe it's the subpixel value 0 to 5. Out of, the options are 0 to 15, right? They're kind of 16 numbers that represent the subpixel value. And if you opt to duck clip, you have a 0 to 5. And if you do a standing clip, usually it's like, 14, 15? Unless you do this special other new strat found by Louis, super pro Italian gamer, that you rub on a pipe. So let's see what Budsy does here. Rub on a pipe, duck, stand. Rubbing on the pipe, nice. And then a little bit late on that A press for the clip. A little bit late again. We'll see. We'll get there. A little bit early. A little slowly but surely. Surely nobody would take, 10 plus tries. That was pretty good. What was that, 5? Something like that for Budsy? That's pretty good. Bravo. Significantly better than, some runners last night. Yeah, Mizu taking a death. I don't think that really hardly cost any time at all, so no big deal there. And Mizu has plenty of lives as well, so good call getting some of those fanfares there, Mizu. 7-2, all right, taking a star strat for Budsy on the left. Now, this is very tricky because if you don't build P-Speed, then you don't have enough speed to jump over this gap coming up here. Right here. Oh, man, and if you go in that gap, folks, oh, man, that is just a den of sorrow down there. Because what you have to do is bonk some note blocks atop. Either you do this terrible strat that nobody should do in a race, which is clipping through this itsy-bitsy little region, or you have to backtrack, hit some note blocks, and then backtrack, and go through. Meanwhile, Mizu, oh man, yeah, when you don't have your P-Speed, this fort all of a sudden becomes much, much trickier. So Mizu going to try that fort again, but Budsy getting through 7-2 just fine. Stars are always there for you, man. We got inventory loaded full of safety star strats for a race. Good call, Budsy, making it through, doing stuff. Oh man, taking a little bit of damage on Budsy's side. That's okay. 7-3. Nobody's ever seen an issue in 7-3, right? I think we've all been there. I know I love to, lulls it up. Oh man. Oh, Mizu getting the swag clip in the fort. Nice. So the construction, the architecture of that level is such that, yes, we have lava on the ceiling, as one does. But the pipe is located in such a way as for Mario to clip on the right side, how the game physics all works out. So you can actually clip up and you can just actually kind of chill up there and soft lock and die and cry. However, if you do it just that right amount that Mizu did, you can see that side clip into the pipe, into a spectacular, red pipe of glory. Yeah, Mizu, another death. I don't think that's a super huge time loss though. So getting right back in the level. Picking up that power up too. Nice. And then on the World 5 airship, we get a, actually this level's super tough, depending on the P-Speed state. So we'll have to keep an eye on Mizu on what happens with the damage here. Oh, looks like he might be okay. Nice. So we can get a fire on the airship, hopefully, and get back to a happy power-up status. Awesome. All right, Budsy getting to a really intense part of the game, y'all. This is really tricky. 7-8 is part of the terrible trio that we were talking about earlier. So you got to get P-Speed. There's this tricky gap all the way in the beginning. Let's see how Budsy navigates it. Oh, man, yeah, okay, that was good. It was looking a little close on that left side, but Budsy gets through it. And then we'll see if Budsy still has star to be able to plow through and, skip. Sometimes people get the hammer there, but no big deal. We're not on a timer to avoid the nipper anyways, I think. So Budsy takes some damage, but I think with how the timing worked out, that would be pretty much impossible to change. There's a Fire Nipper there at the very end of 7-8 that it starts when you exit the pipe, and it's very, very tricky timing. All right, Budsy again clouds that level, y'all. Oh man, so this level is very important for Budsy for 7F2. We really don't want to mess up here, or else taking a death would cost an enormous amount of time. But look at that, Budsy not even turning back. No looking back, YOLO every time, no regrets, let's go. Still going for speed strats in 7F2. Nice. Alright, sometimes also we see a little slide action from this Boom Boom. Normally not a big deal, but man, in a race context, after you clouded 7-9, after you got through 7F2, after you're 43 minutes and 55 seconds into the run, you know, after it's 10:48 on a chilly Boston day, I wouldn't fault you if you freak out a little bit if Boom Boom does a little slippity slide, but he did not do that, so we're okay. Yeah, okay, Budsy did not have a music box, so did have to play that plant level. That's actually not a big deal. It's only, what, 25 seconds or so? Mizu taking a big bummer of a death. That hitbox really kind of rocked our world, I think, because he's a big boy, and when he comes out of that shell, it is just all kinds of extra big, and he erupted into, like, when he expanded from his cellular form, his hitbox grew quite a bit. So I think that engulfed Mizu, and or maybe he was just up on the corner. I didn't really see it super clearly, but his hitbox has been known to troll some runners before. All right, Budsy on the airship. As long as we stay high, I mean, again, it's always a problem with the coupling at the end of this airship for Budsy. He can jump in such a way, and Mario fall in such a way as to kind of clip through the hitboxes, so that's always a bummer. But hopefully Budsy knows how to kind of figure that out and can avoid that. Mizu killing these bros, gathering some more items, working his way back to the airship. Budsy probably going to try to, reverse screw that thing in and grab some firepower up here, maybe. Maybe he doesn't want to. I don't know. I'm not here to judge. Nice. I was very sure he was going to do that. All right, Mizu back on the airship. See if he gets this power up / the color of the block. Nice, nice. All right, hot airship strats. Yeah, 6-4. 7F2 killed you so many times as a child, man. 7F2 kills me so many times as an adult, so sympathies there, 6-4. Beef curry. So we're on the respective airships at the end of the worlds, and I would say, so Budsy's on the world 7 airship, Mizu's on the world 5 airship. So yeah, Budsy's about 2 worlds ahead. All right, action's gonna happen on Mizu's screen first. Let's look over at this this boss kill. And yeah, I don't think we can be sure about the pattern at all here. So yeah, Mizu just going for a nice big bop. Kind of gotta jump pretty large there to make sure that he comes out of his shell. But Mizu does this and is on the way to victory. Budsy also kind of same timing, almost. Get through the world 7, and here we go on to world 8. Let's go, Budsy. So world 8, we're gonna start off with some really riveting, just really gameplay mechanic exhibiting masterpieces of art. The auto scrollers for the Army and the Navy. That was Kappa. Sorry, I have like a very dry delivery sometimes. So we're gonna have like 4 minutes of boring auto scrollers on Budsy's side, and assuming he doesn't take damage, there's not really much to talk about. I guess we could see if we get some Wrangless on Budsy's side. So at the very end, when Budsy goes to the pipe, I will try to remember to hype up. If the bro goes to the left, and Budsy immolates him with fire before he's able to shoot his boomerang, we're going to have to say something like Wrangless hype. Alright, Mizu entering World 6, and going to have to fight this bro. So this bro has the hammer, and you really need that hammer for kind of later in the world. If you don't have that hammer, it's bad times. Oh man, gets a little marathon action. Nice. But Mizu's still making their way through. Yeah, Mizu gets a hammer. So you need the hammer later for World 6 because there's an auto-scroller you want to avoid. The auto-scroller takes, I mean, every single auto-scroller is like over a minute, right? I don't know this one specifically because it's more of a hundo thing, and I don't believe in hundo as a category. But it's quite a long time that Mizu wants to skip that. So good call on the Hammer Bro. Yeah, Budsy making his way through. Some of those lag frames really manifest here, so we'll see on this next segment for Budsy. He might consider, I don't know, it's a little dangerous, but he might consider throwing that bomb over and then trying to kill these bombs very quickly, because that animation just takes all kind of CPU cycles, y'all. It's just, oof, it's very computationally expensive. So Budsy murders all those bombs to try to avoid that. He's saving just frames, just numerous, countless frames. Who even knows? So good call there, Budsy. Mizu just destroying that fort. Nice. Moving on to 6-4. Again, lots of lag here in 6-4, so let's watch Mizu. It's going to be kind of tricky. All right, we're also getting to potential Rangless hype here for Budsy. Oh, so close. Budsy got robbed. He did his best. He tried to do his best, but no Rangless. That's okay. Yeah, picking up a star, farming more stars, because you know everybody wants to have more stars in SMB3 Kappa. Yeah, Mizu going for... Let's see, no bro yet. Yeah, 6-5, again, will be tricky. And going in small, so there are some good leaf power-ups here that Mizu can pick up. They're kind of all over the place. And hopefully Mizu can do that, or P-Wing or whatever, and... Yeah, nice. Okay, so getting the P-Wing and can maybe go up, and we'll see how Mizu navigates 6-5. So it's kind of this funny corridor in 6-5 that's all the way at the end. And a lot of times runners will just grab this green shell, yep, and go up. So that is an awesome, good, you know, safe strat as well. So we see those two nippers now, and Mizu has to make his way to that pipe there, that green pipe. And gets in. Nice. All right. On the way to victory. More fanfare, nice. Some tactical lives there, looking good. All right, Budsy getting very close to the end. We're gonna have another boom boom kill after the boom boom, y'all. We're gonna get to a very RNG heavy ridden place, which is normally is kind of a great equalizer. I don't think it would necessarily be a big one here, but we have a 50% probability over 3 tiles to get pulled in by hands, which are 21, 20, and 24 seconds. So as we see this overworld screen, Budsy moves over. Let's will them not to pull him in. Oh man, Budsy gets the first hand. Who's surprised? So first hand, worst hand confirmed. We get all kinds of worst. We get all kinds of worst hand, first hand stuff. Budsy tactically and very intentionally goes between the two Hammer Bros. I'm sure that was very intentional. And gets through, keeps his fire. You love to see it. You really want to keep fire here, folks, to be able to do later 8-1 and, well, a bunch of stuff just a lot more smoothly. Saves time in the Air Force on the boom boom. Makes 8-1 a lot cleaner, though we have stars for days, so I don't know if Budsy's considering a star or not for 8-1, but, you know, it's a thing. 8-2, you want to do the hill climb with fire. And then in 8F, runners can always get more fire in 8F. But, you know, it's a minor time save to come in with it. All right, Mizu taking Big Mario to the boom boom. Let's see Mizu kind of late World 6 here. Wrap up this kill. Budsy's still kind of terrifying Air Force land. Also very kind of emotionally tense after only one hand, which is awesome. But yeah, Budsy getting to the end there, nice. Mizu moving on, nice. And Mizu going for P-Speed in 6-8. Getting very close, We'll have to... Well, we'll get another good opportunity for 6-8 here in a minute. Budsy doing 8-1. 8-1 is very tricky, y'all. So getting this P-Speed early is moderately important for, like, the confidence late. Budsy doing it like a master, though. Getting through 8-1. Yep, there we go. With the 290 Budsy hype, let's go. Mizumaririn entering 6-8. Ooh, getting that power up. Good call. And then you can always get this green shell and kind of do the same thing. Trying to plow enough space to get the P-Speed. Nice, and then, yeah, you can just kill those nippers, no big deal. So this sun on this hill climb is very tricky. You gotta time it just right to not take damage on the sun. Now, this cycle is just fine to get through the sun. But sometimes, man, that sun can just be in some troll locations to mess with your day. Mizu gonna P-Wing over 6-9. Similar as Budsy. Pretty good, smooth 6-9 there. Budsy, there are a lot of opportunities for P-Speed in 8F. A lot of times in the race, you'll see kind of the less shreddy. Yeah, it looks like Budsy's going for the kind of a little bit later P-Speed strat. But, however, Budsy is going to still need to time it kind of tightly because at the end of this level, there's a door. And he just hit this P-switch. And if he doesn't make it in time, he's going to have to redo it. Oh, but he makes it. All right, good job, Budsy. So there's a good power-up opportunity there at the end. If you miss the timing, you can always get fire or do some shenanigans to try to get it. But yeah, Budsy's moving on to the last auto-scroller, the second last level of the game. Right before Bowser Castle. We will see Bowser Castle shortly. Anticipation is rising. There it is. Off on the horizon. Alright, Mizu also getting on the World 6 airship. Nice, nice, nice. Alright, more auto-scroller heaven. Hooray. So yeah, I guess notes for Mizu is considering if they get the little swag clip that essentially saves no time, but maybe relaxes the nerves a little bit in that first class clip. You know, not dying is nice. Budsy, we do not want to see damage. There is no opportunity for fire for Budsy henceforth. It'd sure be a shame to not have fire in Bowser's Castle. Or you know, take damage in Bowser's Castle. That would be a big bummer. So we'll see what Budsy does with that. Cleaning up Boom Boom nicely. Alright, Budsy moving on to Bowser Castle. We'll be looking at time before too long here. Normal fire kill Bowser Castle is about maybe 58, 59 seconds, something like that. So we might be looking at like a mid 56 from Budsy. Oh, Budsy going for the clip with the abort on the very sneaky elevator. Ooh, gets the other swag clip that totally saves time. Definitely confirmed. Kappa, getting the grandma clip. So easy, even your grandma can do it. Good job, Budsy. And now we're gonna go to the throne room, which is definitely never ever caused problems for any runners ever. Just getting that P-Speed, no problem. No problems here ever. Gonna use the fire to immolate Bowser, and then we'll be done. Let's hope Bowser doesn't give him a troll pattern. Every now and then, Bowser can jump kind of early. Oh, he did it! Oh no, he did it. It happened. Budsy takes a little bit of damage. It's okay. It'll cost only, you know, about 30 seconds, something like that. So that's a bummer. Yeah, Bowser 360 no-scoped him. All right, over on the right, though, Mizu going for 7-1. Let's see about that clip. Grease him up. Oh, that looked like a good jump on Mizu's side. Oh, man, second try. Oh, that's excellent still. You love to see that. I bet Mizu's pretty happy right now with themselves. That is a really good 7-1 Mizu. Bravo. All right, Bowser's on his last, digging his last, I don't know, 2 feet of his 6-foot grave, because that's how that works in the Mushroom Kingdom. And Budsy's about to be done here. Not quite a 56, almost, though. Yeah, Mizu pulling out that star for 7-2. Looking good. See if we get that P-Speed. Yes, 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 indeed. Hopefully keep it. Oh, that's going to get tricky real quick. Yeah, might have to do the no block strat. That's fine, too. It's a little bit of time, but it beats a death. All right, GG Budsy, 57:06. Let's see, what is that official speed gaming time? Official speed gaming time of... Yeah, 57:06. Nice. Official speed gaming time of... my push to talk hockey. Yep, GG Budsy, that was awesome. We're gonna see if we get him in here for some like post-game commentary, a few words. And meanwhile, we can root on Mizu going through tricky part of the game. Usually, yeah, 7-3 is not like a huge big deal, but Mizu's gonna be late game here before too long. and be doing some really tricky stuff. So we'll keep an eye on there. All right, Mizu getting through 7-3. Fine so far. You know, honestly, sometimes it can be a little easier with small Mario. Keep that P-speed that whole time. Nice, yeah, Mizu just cleaning up 7-3 like a pro. Coming in with Big Mario, sometimes you have to do some very tricky, tactical Big Mario jumps. But yeah, Mizu gets through just fine. I see Budzy prowling in the setup room. For how long, we shall see. Buddy, GG.
Oh my god, how did I win out of?
Oh,
completely.
GG, Buddy, how's it going?
Oh my god. I was completely tilted, dude. Completely tilted after World 1 and my controls stopped working.
Oh man, that was intense, man. Yeah, I'm glad you got the message. What happened there? Did you resume from World 2, or how did that work?
What happened was, after World 1, I had after World 1, I was smashing A and I was getting no read on my controller. I'm like, oh crap, nothing is working at the moment. I mean, absolutely nothing. And I started to freak out. So because I'm running on my Mister, I'm not running on my Nintendo. I figured, hey, let's run the Mister for races and stuff like that. Well, I think we're gonna switch back to the Nintendo after this race.
Lesson learned. Brutal.
But what's the last thing that I did? The very last thing I did was unplug and replug it in after pressing a million buttons trying to get this thing to work. And then all I had to do was unplug and replug it in, and it was fine.
Oh, nice. Okay, so it didn't have to restart after all. That's awesome.
Yeah. So once I unplugged and replugged it in, and I hit A, and I was going, and everything was fine after that.
Oh man, that's excellent. But man, that's got to be so nerve-wracking, Budzy. I'm so sorry. That's a huge bummer that happened.
Yeah, what are you gonna do?
Oh, you know what, Budzy? I didn't even notice though, because I think you had a spectacular rest of the run after that. You nailed all kind of stuff that I was like, oh man, I didn't know. I wasn't ready for you to do this in a race context. So, really, really good GGs there. How did you like your bro action? Seemed like I don't know, moderate, maybe an extra 1 or 2, but yeah. What was your
World 3? I got lucky, thankfully. World 2, I got kind of boned a little bit there because I was already behind and I wanted to skip Dombox, but Dombox had other plans. So I'm like, well, we're taking the box. And then World 4, the reason why I took all 3 bros there is because I didn't want to gamble World 5. Plus, I already had the box, and I had the opportunity to skip all 3 bros in World 5, and I did, and then I mismenued after 5-8.
Womp
Well, I guess we're playing an extra level in World 7.
Nice, yeah. I didn't notice that till 7. I'm like so not perceptive in the moment about that kind of stuff, but you know, it's okay. You know, you can always use it for other places. It's not like a big deal.
Yeah. And plus, I had such a jank inventory that when I went to menu, like, I'm like, okay, my cloud should be here, but it just wasn't there.
Oh yeah, and again, it's only 20-something seconds, so not huge, not killer. Yeah, GG. How about late game? How'd you like your World 7 and such?
Well, let's see,
World 2. Whew.
7-1 is what it is, but luckily it was 5th try. I had a really bad minute at the Lemmy fight. I was just pressing way too hard on the D-pad to minute up. I'm like, well, let's try the rub strat and see what happens. Well, 5th first try works, but yeah, 7-8. As soon as I bonked, I knew I was taking damage at the very end. I knew. I mean, one bonk, it's over. The timer messes up, and the Patooey is gonna hit you.
Yeah,
so I'm like, well,
for sure.
It's like, well, I can't play 7-9 because I already have to play the Piranha Plant, so we're gonna have to take a gamble.
Yeah. That's what we were kind of thinking as well. So that I agree. That sounds like a good call, Budzy. So bravo, and I'm glad you got through it too. 7F2. You must have been sweaty there. Did you have any
sweat in 7F2, whether I'm small or big or have a power up, because it's just such a scary level. But the thing is, I'm so used to playing it small because I take damage at the end of 7-8 99% of the time that I'm just used to playing it small.
Oh yeah, yeah. That 7-8 timing is just really, really tight. You got to play it like really, really speedy.
Yeah, it's on two things: the star grab and whether or not you bonk.
Yep, pretty much.
You know, you grab the star late, you're gonna take damage. You bonk, you're gonna take damage. I bonked. I think I bonked like after where you grab the hammer suit, I believe. I was like, and I knew. I'm like, well, let's see if we can get out of here unscathed. And we got out, and then it just makes 7F2 that much more sweaty.
Yeah, the bonk and then the abort.
Yep. You're like, okay. And a lot of times, if it happens at the pipe, I'll just go down and get the hammer suit and just take damage at the end.
Oh yeah, nice.
But
and then just one hand, so that's nice.
One hand was nice. Yeah.
First hand expected.
Of course.
And then you had again a glorious 8-1, good, solid 8-2s in port, and then your Bowser Castle, keeping that, every runner who doesn't, keep P speed and not take damage and die in the throne room.
Oh my
that's awesome. I mean, really, that's great with all the race. That's great.
And then, of course, what happens? I had to get sniped at the end. I had the good pattern too. I don't know what happened, whether if I was too far off the edge or if I ducked too late, but. What else could possibly go wrong today?
Oh yeah, there's like a very weird positioning there that I think is subpixel. Sometimes I see 2 light pixels of Mario's little feetsies hanging over the edge, and that sometimes is okay. But if it's still 2 pixels, but due to subpixels, you can take damage if you duck. So that's like a very risky one. But right. Yeah, you still pulled it off, and I think that was fine. You kept your cool about you and didn't die. So. You love to see not dying.
Yeah, even if I died, I grabbed the hammer suit. I'm just like, you know what? I'm just going to have to take it. I'm already like a million years behind. So I'm like, you know what? We're just going to grab this on the way there just in case.
Nice. So, well, congrats on your win. And I guess you have some other group races. What's your next group race? Do you know what you have?
Next group race is Monday versus True Hyper Mario. That's gonna be a good race.
Oh yeah, that's great.
That's gonna be a good race. Yeah, Tuesday I've got Yato Kami 9. That's just I'll take the L there.
Well, Yato will be tricky, but yeah, keep running, man. You never know. Sometimes you get one of those like a World 3 error, or like there are certain errors, the 7F2. Right. Where, oh man, it's like 2 minutes gone, just like a snap of a fingers or hands.
Yeah, there it goes. So definitely have to change game. I have to change game plan, especially with True Hyper, and I really don't have to change game. Oh, I have to change game plan with the rest of my opponents. I mean, Assemble also has gotten very consistent, and one mistake against Assemble, and it could be over for me too. So.
Oh yeah, tricky mind games. I believe in the Budsy mind games.
So, but yeah, despite being like completely tilted early, I'm like, all right, well, we got everything working. Let's just go and see what happens.
Nice. Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm glad you overcame the hardware failure and you really put on a good run after that. So GG's there.
Oh, thanks. Yeah. I mean, World 3 couldn't have gone better, I thought.
Oh yeah. And again, you had just so many like individual levels that are very tricky, but that you pulled off pretty well. So that's great.
Might I add that I got cheated out of 5.5 P speed? I had it, and then it took it away from me.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Brutal.
Unbelievable.
And then you did the damage boost 5.7. That was like the redemption, right? Made it all.
Yeah, because I needed it. I'm like, well, here we go.
Yeah. True.
I wanted extra stars just in case like a late game mishap was going to happen. So, I mean, thankfully we had them all. Had no choice there. World 6.
Yeah. Womp womp.
Yeah, exactly.
We saw that squirrel though. Good call on the squirrel 6.5 or whatever that is.
Yeah, squirrel kick. Did
you start incorporating that into your routing?
Yeah, especially it's amazing in a race setting too, because it allows a little bit of margin of error. Like you can bonk and still get it. And like even if like say you're going for the normal despawn strat and you short that jump to question block, if you react quick enough, you can actually pull out the squirrel kick as a backup.
Yeah, nice.
It's like, wow, power through Mitsu. You got this.
Yeah. So Mizu now approaching Budsy with the hand situation. So we're gonna hope that Mizu gets minimum amount of hands /0.
Let's get no hands. Come on, Mitsu.
Let's be brave. I'll just double down. No hands.
All right.
Let's go.
I'm putting all my money on the table right now. Boom. Let's go. All right. Well, middle hand's not so bad.
Yeah, 20 seconds. The least terrible of all the terrible hands.
Exactly.
Gets a backup leaf. Maybe can prep that or use that for 8-1, 8-2. It's nice to have.
Yeah.
And this one, we'll see the strats here, but so this one's 24 seconds, a little bit of a bummer. However, there is fire, so we'll see if Mitsu opts to, yeah, it looks like he's turning around for it. Nice. So ideally, we'll take this as far as we can, because it helps speed some things up in later World 8, but I believe it.
All right, there we go. Grab the leaf. Onto the Air Force now for Mitsu.
Yeah, always terrifying Air Force. So I don't know Mitsu's strategy, but if you're staying on the left of those rocky wrenches, then they'll only throw to the left. So a lot of times, especially for hammer throwers, you'll see folks kind of tend toward that side. But it looks like Mizu's pretty comfortable with emulating them with fire as well. So getting a quick fire on them or avoiding them is good to go. The timing and the speed of this level is really tricky, though. I didn't get to express my dismay when Budsy went through this, but it's so fast as an auto-scroller that while auto-scrollers are typically boring, World 4, snooze fest, this one is intense. What do you think, Budsy? How are you on your Air Force?
Air Force doesn't matter what power-up you may have, it's sweaty for me. Because like I'm not too keen on the whole no Rocky kills thing because I'm terrified of those wrenches. Because they're just all over the place.
Oh yeah, and they can be off screen above you and still murder you.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, but Mizu just cleans it up, takes that fire out. Hopefully we'll stay comfy through 8-1. We'll see. Very tough level though.
Okay, what we gotta do here? Ooh, nice fire. Let's go. All right, going for the backup. There you go. Oh, come on, game. Seriously.
Let the kids play ball, 8-1. Come on.
Yeah, seriously. Come on. All right.
Despawns the Koopa.
Oh, despawns the other Koopa too. Oh, get over there. Nice. Let's go. Over the belt launcher on the note block. Nice. There we go. Let's go, Mitsu. Powered through it.
Yeah, so that's encouraging. So now that we have fire going into 8-2, at least optionally, depending, you could always damage boost going up the hill climb and get fire again in 8-4. Of course, optimally, we take fire as long as possible. But let's keep our eyes on that sun. Hopefully, it won't troll us too bad.
Oh, okay. All right.
We got that free fireball from that troll piranha.
Of course.
But, you know, he's going to come in with Big Mario, and that's okay. I bet Mitsu's very happy with coming out of there with Big Mario.
Oh, yeah, totally. And if you, worst came to worst, could take a leaf into the fort as a little bit of added insurance to grab the fire flower as well. And, we got plenty of stars, too, so... I pretty much had the same inventory. I think I had three. I think I had 3 stars going into 8F.
Oh yeah, y'all. I conceptualized it in my mental model like you just have infinite stars for days.
Yep. Okay. Little added star insurance.
All right, back on the P-switch though. So remember the timing. We have to get to the end with the door at a pretty tight timing.
Oh no! Kiss the dry bones. Okay, so
I have to go through this door to get the fire flower again, and Mitsu's gonna really want to keep this fire for the rest of the run, hopefully. Otherwise, we'll have to do a kill. Mitsu positioning Mario to be inside the wall to go for the clip, saving numerous frames again.
There we go.
Yeah, nice clean boom kill. All right, second to last level, the last auto scroller. We're gonna see, oh man, new pipe strats. There you go, backtrack. Other pipe on the left side.
They're maybe like, oh, okay, I'm supposed to go the other way.
Yeah,
there we go.
He's showing off the game. We never get to see that
happens.
transition, so Miz is just showing off.
Okay, that's a new sticky hills, getting stuck sliding in the pipe transition. That's a new one.
Oh yeah. So it's good to hang out on the right side as well. Good old tried and true. Stay on the right strat.
Even in this auto scroller, you get to the last set of bob bombs, right? You know how there's just a cannon right after that, right? That is the biggest risk of taking a hit. And I've lost numerous fire flowers there.
Oh yeah. All the race nerves and everything is probably set in. It's that last Rocky Wrench right before the pipe. It's like he doesn't exist. I just have to remember to just keep spamming B all the time. So we'll see. Hopefully Mizu will remember.
And the controller works fine now. This is awesome.
Nice. GG. Narfman GG.
Narfa GG.
Yeah.
That was lol sob if I ever heard one.
Oh, for sure. Oh, yeah. I was doing it in my head. Don't worry. So, yeah, last boom and fire kill. Nice, nice. Hopefully, Mitsu can keep the firepower up to Bowser and get a clean kill. Hopefully, we won't have a troll pattern again. Getting close to that 1,000,000 points, too. Hype, let's go.
Let's go.
All right, so, yeah, okay, Mitsu gets back that speed. This is going to be extremely tough if you miss one of those jumps. Oh, but Mitsu knows how those guys work, so he doesn't take...
There we go. Gets out of there unscathed. Come on, get the meme clip. Aww.
Yeah, we pointed out how that saves just numerous loads of time when you got it. It's really good.
Yeah. At least I don't have to climb the stairs, but
No,
it legit does not save any time at all.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just like, well, I missed elevator clip. Let's get the clip that doesn't matter.
Yeah, Mitsu's going to show you where you should jump in the throne room. Nice, nice.
Right there.
Oh, man, okay.
Oh, jeez. Oh, no, Mitsu.
Yeah, so Mario's Y velocity when you jump is proportional to his X velocity in some way that a taster would love to describe right now after I say this. And so it's going a little too slow to jump up to that next part of the platform, unfortunately.
I'm going to go for basement. Let's go. All right, maybe not.
Just getting rid of that pesky leaf power, I think.
I see. All right, nice and easy. Of course, we don't have to worry about the old everyman's clip up here with small Mario. You just fall right down. Hopefully, they don't get waffled.
Yeah, that waffle timing is non-trivial.
There we go. Very nice. See what route they're going to take. Going to go back up top. Oh, Potabu, get out of the way. Get out of the way, Potabu, please. See if we're going to... All right, no mushroom grab. Just going to go in small. All right.
Yeah, fun side note, whenever you see a Potobo in SME3, those are random. They spawn at the same place, but then they're in the lava for some like small random amount of time. So a lot of times we see issues in the first 5 fort, excuse me. Oh man, that fireball was at a very unfortunate location.
No. Bowser Plus.
But yeah, that 5 fort one, the first Potobo can pop out if you turn back too far, and that Potobo RNG timer to come out of the lava is really short, then you can take damage, and that's a big bummer. But we had some good power-ups this time, Mitsu with the leaf, so hopefully we can fly over get the everyman clip, get to maybe fly over some things tactically here and there, and...
There we go, right up there.
Another funny note, I see Mitsu ducking and then kind of Mario standing up. So it's very difficult when you're pressing. You cannot press a direction and be ducking at the same time. So if you press a direction and you're ducking and your feet are on the ground, then Mario will stand up. So you see for these runners and Mitsu now, whenever he did that, it means he was ducking fine and he's pressing the direction fine, but the game doesn't let you do that.
Because I had to get insulted by that fireball at the very end there.
Ooh, nice spoilers. Whoa, wait. So Bowser just loves to kind of dig his own pit. He's excavating for his own demise.
Yeah, we both had to do this.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah. Welcome to the club.
Yeah.
Runner.
I know, right? Oh my goodness. All right, Bowser down. Let's go.
Nice. GG Mitsu. The official speed gaming time of 1:18:16.2. GG Mitsu.
GG Mitsu. Way to finish.
All right, so the some of the folks said that there was some trickiness around needing ASCII characters only for names, and Mitsu's name is not ASCII only. So I'm not sure if we can pull him in for commentary, but we will try for a moment or two. But otherwise, y'all did a great job. Good job, Budsy, GG, Budsy, and Mitsu. We'll try for a minute here, see if I can, I don't know, type words on my keyboard to make things happen.
All
But
right.
GG's to y'all. Budsy, do you have any profound thoughts?
Well, first of all, I'm back in World 2. I'm sorry that the audio got leaked through because I was hitting all kinds of stuff and I accidentally unclicked mute in my browser. That was my fault. I own up to that. So sorry about the echo.
Oh yeah, no problem. Stream thankfully mentioned that, and I tried to switch, which I probably should have switched to Mizu anyways with the glitch. But yeah,
that
for pointing
like
that
out. That's when I was completely tilted and freaking out and having no idea what to do when
Oh,
my
I'm
controller stopped working.
Oh yeah, no problem.
But luckily, you know, everything. Luckily, we were able to bounce back, and it just kept going. And yeah, GG Mitsu, nice finish, and I'm pretty good here, and I know I've got my work cut out for me for my next 3 opponents. So I'm looking forward to it.
Nice. I just clicked an invite button, and we'll see if Mitsu is available or whatever.
Right. Oh, they're here. Welcome.
Hey Mitsu, GG. Can you hear us okay, Mitsu?
Yeah, I can.
Yay. Well, GG.
Yes.
Yeah. How are you doing
Thanks
after your race?
first. Yes. And all right, just run. I was, and also this is my first time using a controller. As previously, I've been using keyboard.
Oh, nice. Well, yeah, I think it went pretty well. How did you think about your race? How'd you get through Bowser just fine? Let's see. What were some of the other?
Like, when this is not going to be taught.
Oh yeah. Oh,
I really hate Wendy.
Who doesn't? Oh my goodness.
Oh man, yeah. I must have gone on for minutes about how tricky Wendy can be when you don't have fire, and I mean even with fire, Wendy can be so tricky. But I'm glad you stuck with Wendy, and you eventually, you know, did that very tricky bonk kill, and you found out to kind of do the pause and avoid those rings. So bravo there.
I didn't really pause. Oh yeah, I did it. So yeah, kind of figure out the patterns myself. And one big weakness I have is a slow reaction time. So everything goes lightning in SMB3, and I cannot react to everything.
Oh yeah, I think SMB3. Well, I'm super biased SMB3 runner, of course, but I think the literal speed values are just bigger, and it can just be really tricky. So yeah, props there, and again, props for just continuing and going through a lot of that stuff, Wendy and beyond too. So I sympathize there with the speed.
I'm surprised I have the insist to finish it, the determination.
Oh yeah, that's great. Yeah, I think we're all cheering in our hearts for you the whole time. And you know, there were some tricky Wendy things early. I think you really came together kind of later game. You know, Budsy had a little bit of a lead there early, but I think you kind of maintained, especially later game. Maybe you're getting used to your controller, getting used to the nerves, all that stuff. So that's really great as well. Did you feel like you were getting more comfortable as time went on, or did it just kind of keep feeling tricky?
definitely feel my lack of practice in World 4. And I'm not here like going to win anything, but here just to force myself to do a few runs of SMP3, get a grasp of this game.
Yeah, that sounds good. Well, and we'll have a lot of time between in this group stage. It's going to last something like 3 weeks, and we're going to have something like 4 races for everybody. So, Mitsu, do you know your next time that you're going to be racing against somebody?
Oh yeah, I'm going to race against. Wait a second. Oh, tomorrow, Yaro Kami at the same time tomorrow.
Oh, nice. Okay, that's awesome.
Oh,
Well, yeah, good luck with that one, and I hope you get some good whatever you want to practice in there. And thanks for the runs. Do you have any other thoughts, Mitsu?
I don't know.
All right, awesome. Budsy, are you still around? Do you have any closing thoughts?
I'm pretty good, thank you. GG Mitsu, way to finish.
GG Buzzy.
Yeah, y'all both did awesome. Really good job, both of y'all, getting through everything. It's so tough. First race, all the nerves, so much happening. Bravo, cheers. Everybody loves to see it. Viewers, thank you for watching. Speed Gaming, thanks for hosting. And I hope that we have a wonderful time. We have so many other races, y'all, today alone, and in the future. There's like 40 races or something scheduled right this second. So the next one is going to be at 3:30 p.m. Eastern time today. It's going to be Yato and a Symbol on this channel. So feel free to keep your eyes peeled for that one. We have Spicy and Rupert at 8, Icarus and Health at 9, Spicy and me again at 10 tonight, and then MWDA Shadow and Zakubi at 11. So it's like, man, that's a block of 4 hours straight of Mario. So lots of good viewing opportunities. Again, thanks to everybody who can hear my voice, basically, for helping and supporting in all the ways that you do. I hope you all have a good time, and goodbye, everybody.
Take care, everyone.
Cheers.